I knew we were gonna get something like this at some point. Yo, what's going on YouTube? This is your boy Kamen Zero Spike back again once again. And today we're here for Kamen Gotchard episode 22. And yeah, I knew it. We were gonna get something like this at some point. We got a pretty boy, and one of the Kimmies just had to be a freaking pretty boy. So yeah, but he has like a devilish freaking power. He's supposed to be a vampire, but in this episode, we see that our heroes are coming back from, I guess, collecting some Kimmies, and we get introduced to like a new Kimmy called it was like a Triceratops, and it looked cool. I can't wait to see like what they do with it later on, because I love dinosaurs and stuff like that. So I'm ready to see how that's gonna be. But yeah, in this episode, we see that Renge is like staring at this flower. She's staring at this rose, and she seems really infatuated with it. And it turns out, Ichinose mom comes up and she's like, oh, it looks like she's in love. And then she describes this guy. That she's in love with. And then Ichinose is like, oh man, it has to be Spanner, because that's the only guy I can think of that, you know, fits that description of what she was talking about. So she ends up leaving and they follow her. And while they're following her, she's like dressed up in red and everything. And then she's walking up the stairs, she's walking up these steps, and we see Spanner also walking, and he has a bouquet of flowers in his hands, and she has a flower as well. So everybody thinks that, oh, she's getting ready to go to Spanner, but she ends up walking past them. And I'm just like, man, they had no acknowledgement at all. Like, they all three, like, also Spanner is with Kyoto, but I'm like, they just walk past each other, no freaking acknowledgement at all. So wow, these people, man. So turns out she is going to see this guy, and it turns out this dude, he's all dressed up. You could tell this guy, I was like, man, this guy's either amalgam or Kimmy, but usually amalgams are freaking ugly, so he can't be amalgam. So this guy has to be a freaking Kimmy. So they don't know who this dude is, but apparently he just has like this power to infatuate people with him. Like, just completely, just, they're obsessed with him. They're throwing rose petals at him. Even Kajiki's here for some reason. And, you know, men, women, they're all like just infatuated with him. He talks to Renge, and then he has like a power where he goes soup kid, and he ends up hitting them like this like heart power, and he makes them more infatuated. And he gives her a rose and all that stuff, and then they all end up leaving together. And he's like, he has this big crowd of people with him and stuff like that. So they end up leaving with him, and they still end up going and following Renge around, trying to see who this guy is and stuff like that. Then we see that Spanner and Kyoto, they ended up going to his parents' gravesite, and he thanks her for like making this gravesite for them. He leaves the bouquet of flowers there and things like that. So we go back to Mr. Glion is pissed off with Minato, and he's mad that Minato has been failing multiple times, and he's saying that your students are even more remarkable than you are. And that's when Autotropes is like, hey, leave him, like, leave this man, you know, leave this pitiful man. My sister Klato, she's way better suited for that. And then, you know, he gives Klato like an upgrade. Like, he gives her like this power, gives her an upgrade, tells her to go cause mayhem and things like that. So she leaves, and she ends up meeting up with Spanner and Kyoto. He ends up meeting up with both of them. He ends up fighting Spanner, and she ends up fighting Spanner, then trying to kill Kyoto. She straight up tells her that she wants to kill Kyoto and put you in despair and things like that. And I'm just like, god dang, like, you just like, hey, I'm gonna kill that woman. I'm like, what's okay, but wow. So she's fighting him, and she basically tells him that, hey, return that, return the driver. And he's like, what do you mean return this driver? It was never yours. And he said that driver belongs to the Alchemist Association. And he's like, that's ridiculous joke. A person like you thinking that you are with the association. So that's when he gets ready to, like, you know, hit her. He gets his his attack gets intercepted with another attack by a new amalgam, and we got a new amalgam that's like a dog. It looks weird as hell. This like weird looking dog I think it's a dog, or I think it's a saber tooth or something like that. But yeah, it gets a new amalgam has appeared, and we didn't even see Gleon make this thing. He just came, it just came out of nowhere, and it ends up coming in and actually helping save Klaatu from save Klaatu from Spanner. So Spanner, he gets ready to fight both of them, and then the amalgam is like, nah, we need to get out of here. Let's retreat for now. Screw it. So it's just like, oh, okay. And they just left Kyoto and Spanner there, like looking like, what the fuck just happened? So we end up seeing that they end up going back to like this abandoned building where this vampire dude, this Kimmy, has basically captured everyone and basically just sitting there talking all nice and whatever to them, and basically just hitting them with his freaking power, sucking up their freaking energy and stuff like that. So we see that Sabimaru comes up to the conclusion that yes, this guy is a Kimmy. Yeah, he's a Kimmy. He's called he's a Suken vampire, where he's able to suck out like he basically sucks out the life essence of people and stuff. So when they find this out, they end up going in there. They got him hemmed up. They point their freaking Kimmy stuff at him, and they end up telling Renge that yes, this guy's a Kimmy, and Renge's all heartbroken from it, and he ends up just transforming into like a crown. And when he transforms into a crown, and he starts jumping on everybody's heads, hitting them with his power and things like that. And that's when we see that Ichidose transforms into that form where he turns into like a hoodie, and he jumps on Kudo, because he was on Kudo at this point. He jumps on Kudo and forces the crown off of her, and he ends up taking a bunch of energy from people, and he ends up leaving and running out. They end up chasing him, and he runs past Klaatu and this new amalgam, and they basically tell him that, hey, keep going, don't worry about it. He said, oh, thank you. So that's when we get a fight between Ichinose, Kudo, and Klaatu and the new amalgam. They're all fighting each other, and just when stuff starts to get kind of bad, that's when Spanner himself comes in. He comes in and actually helps them fight them off and stuff. We see he ends up transforming into a new Kimmy combination, and when he transforms into this, he's able to defeat both of them simultaneously. Just when he's able to defeat both of them simultaneously, that's when the two Kimmys that they were controlling and stuff like that actually start to come out, and they try to recapture them. But that's when Klaatu was like, nah, and she grabs both those two Kimmys and absorbs both of them. And when she absorbs both of them, she's like a fusion of what both of them were. And yeah, and they get ready to fight Klaatu now that she's basically got like this sort of powered up form. So then we pan back over to Suken vampire, and he grows like wings, and he starts to blast like this this pink energy into the sky, essentially saying that he wants to spread his essence around the world and things like that, just make everybody all lovey-dovey all over him and stuff. And yeah, the episode ends off there. But next episode, we're gonna see that we're most likely gonna befriend him, because he is a Kimmy, but he's like the most human looking Kimmy we've seen in this series. But yeah, so the Klaatu now that Klaatu is like, she absorbed two Kimmys, like how powerful does that make her? Because we see that Gleon made her stronger. He gave her a new outfit and stuff like that, and he made her stronger. And also, we didn't see the other sister at all, like our other sister. Like, we didn't see her in this episode at all. We only got one scene with Minato, so I wonder what she got going on behind the scenes, because I know she's still kind of plotting to go against Gleon or leave or something like that, because she sees that he doesn't care about them. But also, we can't, this episode just ended with them just coming back from an adventure. I want to know what that adventure was. Y'all went off and got another dinosaur Kimmy. I want to see that. It was just all this out of context, out of nowhere. I'm just like, okay, cool. I guess y'all out here still collecting all these freaking Kimmys off screen. I mean, I know we can't see the capture of every Kimmy, but when it comes down to those real significant Kimmys, don't you think we should be able to see those? But hey, I don't know. I think next episode we are going to get a new form for Kudo, and I think she uses that Triceratops Kimmy. I don't know for sure yet. I'll have to look that up, but yeah, I think she's most likely probably gonna use that Triceratops Kimmy in her new form, which her new form looks dope. I like it, but yeah. And with the whole thing with Spanner, like Spanner just came in and just said, hey, screw everybody, bro, I'm beating both of y'all at once. Like, he literally did that. He said it and he literally did it with a whole new combination of Kimmys that we hadn't seen before, which was really cool. So, but yeah, guys, I like this episode. I do. But you guys, let me know what you thought about this episode down there in the comment section below. Make sure to like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'm gonna see you guys next time. And remember, stay henshined.